I'll be having very interesting guests who have personal stories to tell to the world. Welcome to MNB World Talk Show. Hello there, welcome to the brand new episode of brand new MNB World Talk Show. Today's guest is an athlete from athletic family, yet he's a business analyst at the same time. He never left his sport and he's practicing his sport to this day. Let's welcome Mr. Batbileg Muhtar.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
So how are you?
Good.
Thank you for receiving our invitation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for...
So from what I see right now is cauliflower, your ears.
Mm-hmm.
So you must have had very long history of wrestling. Right.
Yeah, in a way, I
How did you start your wrestling?
So I do jiu-jitsu. It's a form of grappling. So it's
Jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
grappling.
Yeah, it's.
You don't say wrestling.
But
wrestling
to me,
jiu-jitsu looks like wrestling.
Yeah, for us it's wrestling. Yeah. So for Mongolians it's wrestling. But in jiu-jitsu community. We refer it to as more grappling. It's more of a generic term for who does grappling, right? Wrestling is it's more freestyle wrestling, folk wrestling.
It goes to
for
Olympic wrestling.
It's more of a when you call a type of the sport. I guess I might be wrong. Yeah.
Well, how did your career start? I mean, jiu-jitsu career, let's say sports, athletic career.
Yeah, so I started about 6th grade, I think.
Sixth grade?
Yeah, 6th grade.
Which
so
means you were like
early,
13, 14?
Yeah, early
teenager?
teens, yeah. I like it as every Mongolian boy. We liked wrestling, right? Wrestling. So we would watch actually in our national traditional wrestling. And yeah, we would, it was the era of these six, I don't know how do you call it in English, but the six
six elephants.
Yes, yeah, so like very popular guys. So we used to watch them and go outside and just wrestle. And I guess from then on, I just wanted to wrestle more, and I realized that Sports Palace was near my where I lived. So that's how it started.
Well, let's take a look at a very small package about how he started his wrestling career, how he got into sports in the first place.
Grew up in the building right across to the central post office. So just like any other regular kids, we grew up wrestling in the playground, and we used to have a pull-up bar. We used to have pull-up contest every day. So I realized there's Sambo judo school, judo trainings in the Central Sports Palace, so I started just crossing this square and just go training more there. So on a regular day after school, I would just go home, have lunch, and just cross the square and go to my training.
Well, very interesting start. So by the time, like we are in one generation, guys, so by the time I even tried Olympic wrestling. My father, wanted me to train in Olympic wrestling and all that. And so many youngsters, teenagers, used to train in judo, sambo, these kind of sports. So what was your wrestling type when you were really starting?
So yeah, I started with sambo and
Sambo?
Sambo and judo. My teacher, he used to be a sambo world champion, Bayer Sachen. So I started with him.
So why did you give up your sports by then?
Sambo.
It looks like, it looks like you stopped your wrestling career, or you stopped all your wrestling training, and then you went to America.
I guess I wasn't really good at it.
Oh, really?
Maybe,
Okay.
I don't know. It's just, I wasn't really into competition then, I think. And then first, I went for college to US. So that was another factor.
So you decided to study business? Business, right?
Well, yes, and it's because I wasn't sure what I was gonna do. I mean, to be honest, yeah. But I knew that I was gonna discover something. Yeah.
Well, okay. So what did you discover? What did you discover when you got into America?
Well, I kind of wanted to be away, discover things, learn new things, as a teenager, right? So. There I've studied in a college. It was hard enough. Plus, I kind of wanted to train again.
So your body wanted
physical
training, right?
I think the college years I got fat
at some point
too.
you want that kind of.
Yeah,
you pray for it.
Yeah, I gained weight a lot, so I really liked training. Back in Mongolia, I really liked the intensity and the environments. So I was always missing that part, and I guess in America I was looking for it.
Right.
And I would actually hop around clubs, and
Sports clubs.
Academies to find it. And it took me a while to find the right place, but yeah, I started training at like local judo clubs.
Judo clubs.
Yeah. But in US, it's judo is taken as more of a martial arts, and it's a lot more recreational than here. Like here, people train hard, and they take it serious. And in US, judo is not as popular. There's many sports.
It's like karate club for kids.
Yeah.
The recreational.
Yeah. So I couldn't quite find a right training for my, and I was going like that for a bit there.
Okay.
And then I think I went to a friend of mine who also did jiu-jitsu.
Was your friend from United States or American guy?
He was a Russian guy.
Russian guy.
Yeah, who I went to school with, and he also trained judo back in his country. So he knew I would be interested. So he took me to a jiu-jitsu class, and basically he had like a young kid. He had me beat up by a young kid, so I was very
young kid. Like okay, how old were you? And
I think I was like 20, 21, I think.
Okay, you were 21.
Yeah, and
how old are you talking about?
He was like I guess 15, 16. Like
15.
I was a man right next to him, so yeah, I knew he was a boy, but he beat me.
So at your college in the United States, you were in the wrestling team, I suppose?
No, I wasn't in the wrestling team.
What happened? I got that information.
Yeah, I've
somehow.
been doing jiu-jitsu on the side. It's like outside of the college program. But yeah, most universities have a wrestling program, but that wasn't the sport I was practicing, and I was just studying, doing college, and then training jiu-jitsu on the side.
Well, tell us about your experience, experience in United States, and especially you were studying business there.
So yeah,
what was the main? Okay, let me ask again. What was the main thing that you took from America?
Well, I went there as a teenager. Almost spent there about 9-ish years. So like good part of my 20s were left there. So yeah, lots of good experiences, and it's hard. It's hard studying and training, and the first part was really trying to figure out.
Were you a good student? Because when
I'd like to say yes.
You'd like to say yes.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I studied in the United States as well, but most of the athletic students, they tend to do their sports training, but really behind their classes, behind their grades. You know how it is.
This would probably explain this.
That's why I'm asking.
Okay, so right when I was studying, I was recreationally training, so there wasn't any pressure of me competing. So I know like few good jiu-jitsu world champions who's like at the same time in college, and I respect them a lot, but I think I couldn't do it. So yeah, I would put, most of my competition, like I became competitive after college. So it was much easier, and on the financial side too, it's really hard to be an athlete and then studying.
Mr. Batbileg is 31 years old, and he's a business analyst at Oyu Tolgoi. Just imagine that, doing all these office works. And at the same time, last February, right? In last February, you got double bronze from the East Asian Championship in Jiu-jitsu.
So East Asian Championship was, I think, a year before, but
year before. Yeah. Well, you what I mean is you are still practicing, training, and going into international competitions while you are working as a business analyst, office work, office staff. How do you do that? How do you train?
So I really like training. I mean, I try to, I don't know, I just find time, because you just love it. You just love training, right? And, and there are times that I couldn't train, and, but I'm very lucky with my colleagues, also with my family, and they always support me. I'm very lucky with my team in Mongolia. And the training facility that I train is just walking distance from my office. So
where is it?
It's Seoul restaurant in the children's park. Yeah, so Tumik Cholok ensemble. Yeah, it's in there. So literally 5 minutes walk. So I usually try to get a training, in the morning, and then take a shower and then go to work. So it's manageable. Sometimes it's not, but I think things were aligned.
When you're passionate about something, you make time, right?
Yeah, it's true. It's when I don't train, I literally don't know what to do. So I like spending time.
With you, right?
Yeah, I like spending time on the mats. It's where I find peace.
Through our talk show, we will bring you entertaining personal talks with certain individuals. These individuals will be divided in two categories. Number 1 is I Am Mongolian. In this category, guests will be proud Mongolians who have stories to tell to the world. Number 2 is I Love Mongolia. Through these talks, we will introduce expats and non-Mongolians who are related to Mongolia one way or another. Heartfelt stories of their love affair with Mongolia, the land of blue sky.
This is the first Jiu-Jitsu Academy in Mongolia. We've opened 3 years ago, in 2015. So since then, a number of Jiu-Jitsu players grew up. We have kids class, we have adults class, we have competition classes. We also have MMA and kickboxing class. So since it's been 3 years and we've came a long way. Yeah, so we have many champions born from these mats since the opening. So Mongolian Jiu-Jitsu Association seeks to open more academies like this. So Garuda was one of the first academies. So since then we have 3-4 academies, and new project is coming up. I think more in the rural areas. So new project is going to be about helping out kids, maybe providing them a place, safe place to spend time after school and learn jiu-jitsu. So so this is coming from Mongolian Jiu-Jitsu Association. So on a typical day, I usually try to come 7 a.m. and just warm up and do little repetitions and drills. So 8:30 I go to work. So I'm very fortunate that my office is just nearby. It's 5 minutes walk. So I'm at work on time. Sometimes if I have, depending on work, I try to come back during lunchtime and get some sessions of whoever's here. So the academy guys, whoever here, they're nice enough to give me some training. And in the evening, 6:30, we have an hour and a half, 2 hour training. So that's my typical Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Tuesday, Thursdays. I try to come here during lunch, and evening I don't do. So those are my rest days. And Saturday I try to train full time.
You are the board member of Mongolian Jiu-Jitsu Association, right?
Yeah.
So the Olympic Games of 2020 is knocking on the door. Very soon it's happening. Are you going to be there? Are you competing in that?
No. So first, Jiu-Jitsu is not in the Olympics, so it's a non-Olympic sport, but it's growing. Yeah, Tokyo, definitely Jiu-Jitsu is not going to be there. 2024, there might be a chance, right? So in 2018, one of the major milestone for Jiu-Jitsu was inclusion of Jiu-Jitsu in the Asian Games. So
the Asian Games.
yeah, so we've had a team, Mongolian national team of 16 best Mongolian Jiu-Jitsu players.
Were you in that team?
Yeah, I was in the team. Unfortunately, I lost.
Okay, well,
yeah.
you're an athlete. You
Yeah,
lost, you
yeah.
win sometimes.
So it was one of the major milestones in the Jiu-Jitsu development, and it brought the Olympic hope really close for Jiu-Jitsu, and the International Jiu-Jitsu Federation is working really hard to put it in the Olympics. 2020 Children Games of Asia in Ulaanbaatar. We're hoping that we will see Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah, and it will be juvenile, so to kids around who was born 04, 05 maybe. Yeah, so 16, 17-year-olds. So those are the hopefuls. So
are you coaching some youngsters?
As of now, no, but yeah, in future I want to. I think yeah, I'm not done with my competition.
Okay.
Yet.
You're not.
Yeah.
You're not there yet.
But yeah, so we will see in 2020 Children's Asia Games, and if it makes it to the Olympics, yeah, those kids are going to be the hopefuls. Yeah. I don't
You're
see.
still hopeful, right?
In 2024, maybe not.
Maybe.
We'll see. You never know, right? It's yeah, it's, but for grappling, age matters. But yeah, but one of my actually one of my idols, he's 38, and he won the world championship when he was 38. So his name is Cobrinha. Cobrinha. So
Cobrinha.
he's a Brazilian master, and he also competes at my weight category, 69 kilo, and he's like one of like really good champions to like look, watch and like follow the career, and he's won at 38. So far, yeah.
Why not? Why not you? Okay. Well, you are a business analyst. Very, very scientific, very finance-related work, right?
Right.
So, I just want to ask, you're a sportsman at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
What do you get from sports when you train in sports? Like, what kind of behaviors or what kind of benefits do you get from sports when it comes to your this business analytic job? It involves so many numbers and amounts.
Yeah, don't know how to answer, but yeah, it's just with training comes many good benefits for me.
Okay, let's put it like, okay, what does sports bring to your life?
Yeah, a great deal of humility, of course, when you're training, and keeps you on check, right? Keeps you off of other, non-beneficial activities, right?
Okay. Like
but
drinking,
maybe,
smoking,
exactly,
this kind of stuff.
maybe I was gonna do that, right? I think also I've benefited being in a community, camaraderie, and it's and also you get to work out, stay fit, right? And many positives. And for work, we do work in sometimes in a stressful situations, and like close deadlines and things like that. And all sports is basically practicing yourself, experimenting yourself being in a stressful situation, right? So I think some of the benefits I take, and I think I could, like at work, maybe work environment, I think I could control myself a little bit better, or be, I would say, be less,
less stressful.
Yeah. So, because competition itself is being stressful situation, trying to solve a problem, right?
It is. Yeah. I mean, okay. So, me, when I'm stressed, I like to run. I like to run like 30 minutes. I'm not an athlete. I used to do 3 years of Olympic wrestling when I was younger, a teenager. I told you before. So you're an analyst, right? So from what you see from me, do I have a chance to be a jiu-jitsu wrestler?
Yeah, I think from I think everybody can do jiu-jitsu at any age, and that's the benefit.
It doesn't require like specific physiology
the unique thing about a combat sport is you never seen a champion. I'm quoting someone actually, one of my also like idols who I look. So you never seen a world champion, like a world champion model like every year, right? Like one guy becomes a world champion and the next world champion is the same guy. It's in combat. Beauty of combat sport is there's many ways. You've born with certain qualities, and to get to a championship, you gotta go through your experience and your training methods to become a champion. But that doesn't mean it's that training method is for the other guy, right? Wow. So I guess the point I'm trying to make is it's not a. There is so many ways to win a person, and there is no like formula to it.
There's no formula.
Yeah.
To it. The ways are different.
Yeah, so I would say when you ask a question of, you know, do you have a chance, I would say yes, and you control the chance, I think, by when you're starting it and by working hard,
it's
right?
dependent on me.
Yeah.
But I don't need certain physical elements, or you know, in my body.
Yeah, because we've seen, in any kind of like combat sport, wrestling, judo, anything, it's, you know, guys compensate. When, you know, some guys with good genetics, they're born with, you know, with a lot of muscle fibers, you know, they're explosive and they capitalize on that. Some guys are not like that. Some guys are slow twitch. Yeah, they gotta be more, you know, mental, or you know, there's always a way for your own, I guess, model, right?
My style. Right?
Yeah.
Well, you are in our proud Mongolian section of the MNB World Talk Show. Are you proud Mongolian?
I think so. Yeah, I'm a proud Mongolian.
Okay. Why are you proud Mongolian? Give me three elements of your pride.
Well, I think I'm proud to live here. Anywhere I go, I'm proud to say that I'm Mongolian, and I think we have a unique culture and a very unique people. And
those are so blunt. Come on, be specific. Like, give me something specific. I mean, okay, sometimes people like, okay, I ask some people, why do you love Mongolia? Like some expats, they would say, oh, it's the people, it's the nature. I want some specific answer.
Specific?
Yes.
Oh. Well, why do you need the specifics when you're a Mongolian? When you're a Mongolian, you gotta be a Mongolian. And you know, maybe I'm sounding too generic. You know, like it's, you know, this is where I was born. This is how I was raised. So I gotta be proud. It's not something that, you know, my parents told me, oh, you gotta be a proud Mongolian. You know, you're raised like that, and it's, you know, I think I feel like everyone else feels the same way, no? Like if you was born in US, you're a proud American, right? So I mean, I think it comes to as simple as that. What elevated my, I guess, sense of pride, I think, representing my country, of course, in higher level competitions. I felt definitely proud to be a Mongolian and representing, and you know, going on the mats with the Mongolian flag and shaking hands. You know, it was very, very, to me it felt very special experience. So I can't give you three facts, but that's my answer.
That's enough, because I wanted some stories, you know,
It's I think some of those experiences make you feel that way, you know, like when you have at the Asian Games, you know, when you represent your country, you know, when the whole Asian countries come together, you feel Mongolian. You know that you're Mongolian there, and I'm part of the 3 million people of Mongolia representing there, you know, and it's, you know, it's good.
Well, that's nice. Yes. Well, thank you very much, man.
Thank you
for coming here.
Thanks.
Being proud Mongolian.